Welcome back. You're watching the trading day. Let's put the focus on some earnings, a specific reaction. Karnataka Bank, like we told you, came out with numbers a short while ago. Seems to be in line on a year-on-year basis, but let's bring in the management then to get a sense of all that happened in the quarter gone by. Mahabaleshwara, Managing Director at Karnataka Bank, joining in. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Good to have you on. It seems, let me start with the provisioning, because that was really the big shock that we'd seen a couple of quarters ago, of course, in the fourth quarter, and that's what had led to the hit that you saw on the profitability front. But it seems like things are back on track as far as provisioning is concerned. It's come off, in fact, from the previous quarter. Talk to us about, what kind of pressure you're seeing on provisioning and what the expectation is going ahead as well.
Your observation is correct. I am reasonably out of provision pressure now, because during the first quarter we had provided about 193.78 crores was the additional provision, whereas this quarter it is 168.69. From the point of view of credit cost, it was 0.41% as of June 18, and now it is 0.34%. Going forward, I am reasonably convinced that this type of pressure would come down, because the gross NPA also, which was at 4.92%, has showing symptoms of improvement, because in June 18 it was at 4.72, now at 4.66%. The most important thing is how is the stress in the pipeline, because that was one of the portfolio which we have been closely monitoring, especially in the SMA2, MSME dispensation accounts. SMA2 also, it has come down drastically to 346 crores from around 734 crores about a quarter back. And in the MSME dispensation also, I had about 319 crores in June 2018. Now I have about 210 crores. Added to that, a lot of accounts in the existing NPA stock, because at present we have a gross NPA of 2,372 crores. Majority of many of these accounts are now lined up for resolution, both under the NCLT as well as our own internal OTS proposal and other things. So some resolution is expected during this Q3. So with all that, I think as far as the NPA is concerned, whatever that I had told in the first quarter, that we should be able to have about 4% maybe around 20%, 20 basis points plus or minus 4%. That should be our guidance for the Q4 of the current financial year as far as gross NPA is concerned. And as far as net NPA also, definitely it will be somewhere around 2.5%. So NPA pressure, I think I am easing out. And the provision pressure also, it is now very clear that during the Q3 and Q4, definitely it will further ease out. Another interesting thing about our growth story is the overall increase in the advances. It is at 21.69% year-on-year growth, coupled with the deposits growth of 12.95%, and business turnover is growing at a healthy rate of 16.63%. And the CD ratio has also gone up to 78.22%. So naturally, our earning capacity has been increasing, right. And with contained NPAs in our earnings in the future, that is the bottom, this is net profit related things, right. We should be able to give good numbers in the ensuing quarters as well. Right. Current quarter net profit has grown at a rate of 19.79%. Right. I'm sure you might have already taken note of it.
Right. Sir, any exposure to IL&FS first up? Also, do you lend to NBFCs or other small lenders?
Yeah, definitely. I think no bank is out of IL&FS portfolio. So in my case, I have about 0.31% of my total advances lent to IL&FS. Of that, a small portion of 30.79, all the accounts as of today are standard, but one account with 30.79 crores is under SMA2. So as and when the development happens, we will be responding to the situation, because resolution, I am sure, at the industry level is already on, and we will see how the things develop. As far as the NBFC portfolio is concerned, except this particular group under that one account, none of the accounts are showing even one-day default in the NBFC portfolio. That means now there is nil NPA, and the entire portfolio is performing that means 100% regular as on date.
All right, sir. 30.79 crore is in SMA2. What is the total quantum of exposure to IL&FS group companies?
That's why I said, 0.31% of my total.
If you could quantify that for us, sir.
That is around 156.78 crores.
Fair enough, sir. Thanks so much for joining in. Had a couple of more questions, but unfortunately out of time. But thanks, sir, and good luck for the quarters ahead. That's Karnataka Bank for you. Trying to recover, saw initial spike and then an equally sharp correction now, just about flat for the day over here. But as he said, no bank is immune to exposure from IL&FS, but a very small part of their book is. We got you exclusive details just a while back on the likes of Allahabad and United having an exposure about 1,000 to 1,500 crores. IDBI has about 1,000 crore rupee exposure.